Hello, and welcome to my first video on YouTube. Going to show off my 4K collection as it stands right now. Immediately, you could probably tell a few differences in my particular collection, in that most of them have been packed into slim cases. As opposed to the regular, 14 millimeter cases. These are 7 millimeter cases, which houses 2. Unfortunately, I can't find it in black at the Bluray size case. I can only find them at the DVD size case, and that is why you'll see these in the taller DVD cases. They are glossy, as opposed to the flat black of the regular DVD, just trying to maintain the look of 4K. For the record, this is what approximately 125 4K movies looks like once you pack them into slim cases. With the exception of a couple Disney flicks, that's about 2 or 3 of them. Everything else 4K, you're looking at it right now. So, 125, I'm still running out of space. But like I said, space is at a premium, and that is why I've slimmed things down. Contrary to popular belief, it is not hard to read the spine of these things. There are some exceptions. Like La La Land here. Kind of wish was a little better in the spine. I didn't make any adjustments to fix that. I usually do. As in the case of Sicario, if you remember, normally the spine, the size of the text or the print is outrageous. And so I was able to slim it down just so it can be readable in the rack. So, space. That is one of the reasons why I have them in slim cases. Also, to that end, in saving space, I have a particular rule. You will see how that manifests itself, in which I only have one movie per case. If I bought the 4K, if I bought the 3D, if I bought the DVD, whatever I have is all encapsulated into one case per movie. That has required to make changes in some of the cover art, and you will see that as we go along. So I will start with the numbers. You will see the slim cases are in alphabetical order. And then you'll see that the full-size cases are in alphabetical order as well. So you'll have 2 alphabets going in this collection. Starting off, and I'm going to make a comment or two, if I'm moved to do so, talking about a movie. First off, we have got 1917. Very good movie. Enjoyed it. Next is Allied. Liked the movie. However, I was thrown off with the rather horrid and unnecessary CGI. The sandstorm and the parachuting out. I did not know why that had to be a CGI fest. Outside of that, love the movie. Ambulance. That is next movie here. Enjoyed it. Michael Bay being Michael Bay, you know how I do. Thing about this movie, I think this is the first movie that looked like we were past the COVID era. And it was refreshing to watch. The first post-COVID experience in watching a movie was with this great 4K. Um, American Gangster, Ant-Man and the Wasp. In all my space saving, you'll realize that as far as slipcovers are concerned, I don't hold them at a priority. I will cut them up to fit my needs, sell the rest, whatever needs to be done. In the case of this Ant-Man and the Wasp, you'll see that I took the lenticular cover and use it to fit my purposes here in my case. Aquaman. Argo. With this, I took in the Target exclusive disc, packed it in here as well. So it's got all the special features, all in one case, all in one time. Atomic Blonde. Bad Boys for Life. Had a little bit of problem with the plot, with the kid killing folks and getting a possible reprieve or a break at the end of the movie simply because he was Will Smith's kid. Didn't get that. Plus the fact they killed the captain. Should be a little bit upset about that. More than they were in this movie. But Bad Times at the El Royale. Very good movie. I think that was mixed up in the COVID area. That was pretty good. Batman v Superman. I've got that simply because I'm a completist. Don't have much affinity for this movie at all. Battleship. Good movie. Doesn't get it the respect that it deserves. Effects were fine in it. The actor in this, Taylor Kitsch, I believe is his name, also was the star of what I think is the most underrated sci-fi movie in John Carter. If you ever get a chance to check out John Carter, do yourself a favor and do so. Not as good as Battleship. Of course, John Carter's not here in the 4K collection because one doesn't exist. Birth of a Nation. Liked the movie, and I can't, when you take a look at the subject matter, talking about in terms of liking it or enjoyed it, it just seems not to apply here. But it's in the collection. It is of quality. That's why I have it here. Blade. The granddaddy of Marvel Cinema. Don't know how this remake is going to be received. I'm not sure it was on Marvel's intent to make a Blade movie until the actor pretty much forced himself upon it, and they said, okay, well, we'll make a Blade movie. And whether that actually happens or not remains to be seen. Blade Runner 2049. Needless to say, everybody loves this. As a 4K release, it is a great release in itself. Brightburn. Good movie. A lot of people don't like this on general principle alone. But it is a great what-if story. In fact, I thought it could have gone a little bit harder. Reminds me of Miracle Man. If you remember that in the 80s, that is a great story. I think it was a British comic book in which everything went toes up in town due to a superpowered individual. Next, Civil War. Great movie. Captain America, Winter Soldier. Better movie. Probably the best MCU movie. Casino. Love this movie. I'd have thought that they would have gotten around to fix the effects of the car exploding with Robert De Niro, but he just decided to let it ride as is with the dummy in the car and all of that. It's kind of jarring to look at in 4K. Chappie? Charlie's Angels? More entertaining than you think. Not a bad movie. Why this young lady right here in the middle is not a superstar, action hero superstar, I have no idea. If nothing else, this sister has the chops to make that type of movie. You want a Salt type movie? Make a Salt movie with her, something along those lines. She's got it. I forgot her name. She was in line for Ella Balinski. I think she was in line for the Catwoman in the Batman movie that everyone loves. Thing is, I think she's probably a little too tall for Robert Pattinson. I guess it wouldn't have messed up the chemistry. Cliffhanger. Good movie. Creed. My first 4K purchase. That came with a 4K with a Philips 4K player. You got the Creed disc for free with the purchase of the Philips player. Player is long gone. Sold it off for better equipment. But Creed was my first 4K movie. Dread. Awesome movie. Just heavy. Heavy and hard all the way through. Some folks don't have the stomach for it, but I liked it. So, Ex Machina. Excellent movie. Great way to get your indie movie vibes with great production value in it. That's what you get here. All right, moving on. Fantastic Beasts. More than anything else. Looks great in 4K. Haven't shown any interest in any of the sequels. First Purge. Good movie. Actually a great 4K disc. And seeing that it's like the third or fourth movie in the series, kept up its quality fairly well. I don't think as much money went into the production of it as the previous ones, but this is a good movie in its own. Full Metal Jacket. Bought this 4K simply because I wasn't happy with the Bluray option in its packaging and its option of discs. They had a second disc with Stanley Kubrick, which really didn't have anything to do with Full Metal Jacket in itself. So as a package, I wasn't happy with it. I felt no need to go 4K in Full Metal Jacket, but that was the only option I had. Fury. Great sounding movie. Ghostbusters. Another post-COVID. Felt good to have. I think coming out of the COVID isolation, I was just ready to grab anything that came out. Ghostbusters is not that bad, but I think under any other circumstances, I'm not quite sure I would have grabbed it. I've got Gladiator and Braveheart, the twofer. You got Glory, Greatest Showman. This, The Green Knight, I heard was a great movie, and I bought it sight unseen. Have yet to see it. We'll get around to it. Hacksaw Ridge, good movie. Hidden Figures, very good movie. Only thing that threw me off was the soundtrack. I didn't think the modern music to the soundtrack fit the era and the tone of the movie itself. Farrell, I believe was his name, providing the music for this particular movie. I did not think that was a good match, and I think it took away from the overall impact this movie should have had. Good movie still. Hobbs and Shaw, you got The Rock, you got Idris Elba, you got Jason. Ingredients sound good, and it should have resulted in a better movie than this. And a little corny in the end, especially on The Rock's behalf. And to be honest with you, I think he took that corniness and took it to the Black Adam movie, and I believe he just was able to run unchecked in that movie, and the corniness to it, and I think that impacted The Rock's ability to take that next step in Hollywood as he was trying to do. Inferno, The Invisible Man, good enough of a movie. I mean, I got it mainly because of the rant and raving of it as a 4K. Moving down, we got the next level here of movies, starting with Jurassic World, Fallen Kingdom, Jurassic World Dominion. Not bad. I mean, people like to complain that it's a dinosaur movie that really didn't concentrate on dinosaurs, but it was a plausible movie. It made sense. So I'm not going to ding it that hard. It was a good enough movie. Kingsman, The Secret Service, liked it. At the point they want to resurrect Colin Firth for all the sequels, I was out. Knives Out, got this. Word of mouth alone, to be honest with you, I have yet to watch it. As is the case with La La Land, have yet to watch it. Most of these movies I'm buying sight unseen is usually because I was enticed with a nice low price. Last Duel. Don't know why this movie didn't make more noise than it did. A lot of hate going on towards the production of it. I don't know the hows and the whys. This is a quality movie, made with quality, the acting, the story itself, a lot of production put into it. Did not get the return it deserved. Looper, Lucy, one of my earliest 4K purchases. MIB International. I got this mainly on the strength of the compatibility of Chris Hemsworth and Tessa Thompson. I really have yet to watch this one. I'm assuming it matches the wackiness of the earlier MIB movies. It seems like it did, but I'll check that out and I'll get back with you on that. Matrix. Another post-COVID movie. The sequel we didn't ask for, but didn't completely suck. I could have just as well not have this exist, but since it does, I'm going to get it in 4K. And here it is. Moonfall. This is a good popcorn movie. Ridiculous as all get out, but it looks good in its ridiculousness. And so that is why this is in my collection. Murder on the Orient Express. Very fine movie in 4K. Speaking of fine movies in 4K, this right here, as far as the look on 4K, is excellent. I can only advise you to just look at it. I mean, I'm not talking about like watching a movie, and when I say just watch it, put this in and just look at it. And the picture is stunning, even from the prospect of just looking at it. Next, Nope. As you can tell, I took the Walmart slipcover, cut it up to fit my needs, and here it is. This is a fine movie. As far as I'm concerned, that was a recovery from Us, which I think was a sophomore slump movie to me, for, what's his name? Jordan Peele. Next, just pull this out. Next is The Northman. Good movie. Very primal, very raw, with some very gritty men and women in this movie. This is a nut cutting movie in every sense of the word. Very raw, very good. No Time to Die. Well, a good enough send off for Daniel Craig. Not sure what they're going to go from here. Who's next? We'll see. Overlord. Very good movie. Yeah, very good movie. Very good 4K movie on top of that. Patriot. Very good on 4K. Hard, raw. Probably the best bad guy in the movies. What was his name? Getting to it. Jason Isaacs. Do not get in that man's way. Complete badass. He will kill women. He will kill children. Does not make him any difference at all, just as long as he gets some property in the Northeast U.S. Red Sparrow. Good movie. Revenant. Good movie as well. Not a lot of talk, but it holds your attention for the runtime. Shallow. Same thing here. The whole mom and the beach thing, was kind of contrived, but still a good movie outside of all that. Sicario. Great movie. Did not like the sequel. That got a little batshit crazy. Sicario itself, good movie. Spartacus. Spider-Man Homecoming. Spider-Man No Way Home. As you can see, I took the slipcover, the Walmart exclusive. Made it to fit my purposes. Terminator Dark Fate. Again, one of those sequel I didn't ask for, but doesn't suck. I think they should have paid attention more to the lore of the first movie or first two movies. I guess I gotta eliminate the third movie with the Lady Terminator and not regard it as canon, but I enjoyed that movie on its own. 3,000 Years of Longing. When I heard George Miller was in on this, I got this movie sight unseen. This is George Miller is the fellow that put together the Mad Max movies. Great cinema, great 4K experience. That alone, I got this sight unseen. I was able to watch this movie. This movie is epic in scope in a lot of ways. Give it a shot. Top Gun Maverick. Great movie. Not great. Good movie. It's a good movie. I think its weakest points was when it made those callbacks to the original movie. The Great Balls of Fire and whatnot. Can we just get over that and make the movie? When they were making the movie, this thing was great. When it was trying to call back to 20, 30 years ago, that's when I think the movie slumped a bit. And wish they'd cut about 20 minutes of that. I don't need no pulled jukebox, out the socket and getting on the piano. Like, really? And these kids are singing songs they have no idea about because it preceded their existence. So, but we act like it all makes sense. The Town, good movie. War on the Planet of Apes, also a good movie. Widows, underrated. Stacked deck as far as the talent is involved. All the actresses here. Liam Neeson's in here. Stacked movie with good results. Give it a try. Woman King. This movie got a lot of hate, mainly because everybody decided to become experts in anthology and African tribes. I don't know why they helped themselves to proclaiming to be experts instead of just watching a damn movie. I think the director made a mistake and tried to tie this to an actual tribe of women that did a few things back in the day, but at the point you call it a real story, well, that just gives the critics a toehold to tear it apart. As a movie, it is a great movie. Just sit in, put your 2 hours in, 2 hours plus, get your popcorn, and walk out. This is a great movie, if that is all you're there to do. Wonder Woman. Strong movie. Could have been stronger. Fine movie in itself. Avengers. Infinity War. As you can tell, I got the Korean 3D 4K package. Very elaborate. I just thought that Infinity War was that much of a movie that would warrant purchasing a set like this. So you can see the steelbook. There's a regular book in there. To tell you the truth, I swapped out the book that comes included in it. Swapped it for the Target exclusive book, mainly because the Korean version was just a picture book with no information, next to useless. And I swapped it out with the Target exclusive, which is informative and useful. And I think it makes for a better package. So like I said, I take pieces and I put them together to make a better whole in my movies. Case in point, Avengers Endgame. As you can tell, I took the Target exclusive and I jacked it up. I got it to include 3D, as you can tell, in the corner, and I put in the British age restriction insignias mainly because all my discs within are UK discs. The US discs did not have any art, and so as you can tell here, I got the UK disc instead. It got the nice art on it. There's your 4K disc from normal production. There's a 3D in here, and there's a UK bonus disc inside the sleeve or the pocket. So there's that. Did the same thing with Black Panther. This movie, like I said, I thought was significant enough to buy a rather elaborate package of it. This too is 4K, 3D, and 1080p Blu-ray. You will see it has the steel book and a regular book. And as in the case of Avengers Infinity War, I swapped out the book. The book was in Korean. Hold on. The book was in Korean, and I swapped it out with the U.S. book. Blade Runner, classic. I try to make an attempt to get the best version possible in a single package. This was a UK version, and I think this is the best version. It's got all the cuts, it's got all the goodies, all the toys to it. So yeah, enjoy Blade Runner. What we got next? 13 Hours. This was one of those in which, oddly enough, when it came out, it was a single disc 4K, and it drove me nuts. This is one of those releases in which 4K only, no accompanying Blu-ray. And I couldn't sort that out in my mind. But as we go on in the future, you're probably going to find a lot more single disc 4K releases without a Blu-ray accompany it. Save money? I don't know. But I find myself a lot of times at a TV that doesn't have a Blu-ray player. And I've got several throughout my apartment. And in those cases, I just throw in the Blu-ray instead and watch the movie from where I am, as opposed to the main TV, which is the only 4K display I have. Next is 2001. 2012. I enjoyed this movie. Anybody that got this Blu-ray remembers it comes in a ridiculously wide case. And that drives me nuts. That's just wasted space. And so I slimmed down to a more regular case for 2012. I mean, I don't know why it helped itself to be such a monster of a case. But yeah. The Batman. Good movie. As far as a starting point to a new I guess, dimension, universe. I don't know. I think this may be better as a one-off, but as I understand it, it won't be. Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk. Very good looking movie. Again, extra wide case that I slimmed down. Wasn't necessary. Black Hawk Down. Godzilla vs. Kong. This is one of those, forgot where I got this from. It's not a US. It's maybe German. I don't know. This has the 4K and the 3D in-house. Independence Day. Great movie until the White House blew up. You know, the countdown. I mean, it real tension there, and it seems as if it depicted, you know, governmental reaction, cultural reaction very well up until the White House blowing up, and then it was the Will Smith show from there, and I lost a lot of interest in the movie once the White House blows up. This right here, Jurassic World. As you can see, I consolidated the Target Special extra disc. This right here, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I've got the Blu-ray of Zack Snyder, and as a feature to this, I kept the Josh League as a Blu-ray. As you can tell, I've got the Justice League in 4K, to Josh, and this one and this two, and as a Blu-ray accompaniment, and just to be a completist, I've got the Josh Whedon Justice League. There are parts to this Josh Whedon Justice League that was actually useful. And there's an argument to be made that more of that should have carried over to Zack Snyder. Zack Snyder, I mean, is in dire need of cutting down and editing. I think when he's just left to his own devices, he kind of goes nuts. Logan, great movie. I kind of lose sight of the fact that I'm filming here. Forgive me. Logan, great movie. Mad Max. As you can tell, I jacked up the cover to include the black and chrome edition. All editions, as I said, in one pack, one shot. And so you can see I've got the backing of the black and chrome edition affixed to the back of this. I mean, the regular back of the 4K wasn't very impressive, so I think this is an upgrade in looks as far as your case is concerned. Anyways, Magnificent Seven, very good movie. Target Special, you see it consolidated into the 4K package. Man of Steel. I consolidated the Blu-ray package, which actually had a bonus disc attached to it that the 4K package did not have. So what I have here is the 4K, the Blu-ray, and the bonus disc of the Blu-ray set all into one. As you can tell, I kind of fixed the back of this right there to reflect the special features of the bonus disc. Martian, The Martian. Incredible rewatchability to this. I mean, every time I see this, I stop down. I don't know why. Martian's on. Gotta stop down. It's hard to break away from it from there. Love that movie. Now, you can tell my next selection, Mission Impossible. I got cute and wanted to mix the two together. Thing is, I lost sight of the fact that these are 3 disc sets each. And I assumed I was working with 2 disc sets. Thought I was going to be cute, combine the 2 of them, since they say I have the same motif in design. So you can tell I've got it's not there you go, MI4 and MI5 all together. And as you can tell, I tied the backs together, so it's got 2 UPC codes. But it is descriptive, it is informative, it saves me space, but I had to take the 2 extra discs and put them in sleeves inside the package, which I generally try to avoid. After that, we have got Fallout. We all know Fallout. Great movie. Not sure why they had to, let's see. Yeah, Henry Cavill. Why they had to have him one and done, I don't know. If there's a guy you want to carry over, it would have been Henry Cavill. But as everybody knows who watched the movie, he is definitely a one and done. Next up is Oblivion. I was obsessed with this movie for a short while. Don't know why. I got the bonus disc from the Best Buy exclusive. This is a modified cover, as you can tell. And if you notice the width of this case, this is the crazy 2012 case that I used for Oblivion. Now, the reason I did that is because in this set, I have the disc itself, and for whatever reason, I took it upon myself to get a ComCon Module put together toy. Of course, you never open it and actually use it, but I just fit it inside. I just thought it was a neat thing that fits inside the 4K disc case. And this, of course, is the exclusive. I believe this came from Target. Booklet of artwork. And so that is why that necessitated the extra wide case that I finally found. I mean, I had this toy lying around, didn't know if I'd ever get the opportunity to fit it in the case. And then 2012 came out, and spent several years waiting on it after the Oblivion release. But mission accomplished. There it is. Bottom rung, you'll see Pacific Rim. In it, I fell in love with this movie, and as you can tell, I bought all versions, all retail versions, and put in the extras as part of the case, modified it. But from now on, I'm making a point to not buy retail exclusives, Target versus Walmart versus Best Buy, and put them all together. I'm not doing that anymore. Pacific Rim Uprising, gorgeous movie. If you put your head in the right space, this movie's not bad. almost like a young adult space. As a young adult movie, with the young adult fiction going on, this is not a bad movie. Let me just reposition here. Passengers. As you can see, I consolidated the Target exclusive disc in here. Lovely movie. Very French. And in fact, I think it is not Luc Besson, but something along the lines, but very French. Very French in tone. Prometheus. As you can tell, this is not the normal 4K cover for Prometheus. So you can see I took the Blu-ray cover, kind of spiced it up with the 4K header and the ultra premium in the corner, as was the case with releases from that studio. Put the ultra, 4K HD on the spine, so it's descriptive. And I did what I could, just to let you know, I don't buy these movies as an investment. It's like, you love a car, you love a house, you buy the car, you get the car. I mean, it's not an investment. It's yours to love on and change as you see fit. You can see the changes I made to the back of this case. But everything Prometheus is in this one lovely case. Steelbook. Raiders of the Lost Ark. Don't make it a point to buy steelbooks usually, but they gave me no choice here. Rogue One. You may ask yourself, why is the Blu-ray, I think, Target exclusive, in the collection of 4Ks? Well, it's because I packed the 4K in it. As you can tell, I've got that in the packaging. Got it up top, so you can see that, yes, indeed, this does include the 4K disc. All it required was to take the, I think, extra DVD and just put it in the pocket in which all these stills are in. So it works all the way around. One case, one movie, one time, Rogue One. Pound for pound, the best Star Wars movie. That is including the original trilogy. My favorite standalone Star Wars. You know what? I'm not going to worry about putting that back in. We got Saving Private Ryan. We got Schindler's List. We got the Social Network. I thought when I saw the Blu-ray to that movie that it was going to be luscious in 4K. That was not the case. Some improvements, some HDR helps with the wood and light motifs on campus and that sort of thing. But I had to have this in 4K, and as everybody probably knows, I bought this from the part of the Columbia set. You can tell I took the slipcover, and like I said, had it serve my purposes here for this case. This right here, Spiderman Into the Spiderverse. This is the rare 3D 4K regular disc combo issued out of India. So I bought that from India. India was putting that package together. I had to jump on it. Great movie. I wanted all formats at one time. This is one of my more expensive single movie purchases. I think it was like $60, $70. I'm not quite sure what it is. But that's the story behind Spider-Man and the Spiderverse. Star Trek Trilogy. As you can tell, I fixed this up. I took the regular Star Trek cover. I've got the Kelvin timeline information. So it's not the regular trilogy that you see with Star Trek, which I think is awful. It looks like crap. I think this is an improvement. I mean, execution could be better, but it's the ideal, and I'm happy to settle with the ideal in the attempt. Star Trek Trilogy, and then the back that you can get from any replacement casework website. What do we have after that? Here we go. Tenet. Don't know if it's a great movie or not yet. I've watched it several times over. It's highly rewatchable. But there's still head scratching at the end of every time I put this in. I'm going to have this sorted out one day. Transformers, Age of Extinction, which I think is the single best Transformers movie. Kind of epic. So you can tell I got the 3D. I've got the 4K. All in one case, all at one time. Very entertaining movie. Good to look at. And so here is the biggest endeavor I have here in encapsulating my 4K discs with my regular disc. So behold the Ultimate Matrix Collection, in which I kind of fixed it to take in my 4K discs. As you can tell, I got the Ultra 4K at the bottom. I kind of manipulated the covers to reflect the first three movies, to reflect the Ultra HD. I basically found cases, slim cases, in which to include my 4K with the existing Blu-rays of all the movies. Cases like these is exactly what I mentioned earlier before. Very, very hard to find. If I could find a batch of those, if you can provide a link as to where I can find 7mm, 2-disc, or even 1-disc, black Blu-ray cases, be much appreciated. We've got Warcraft. I keep the exclusivity in here from the Blu-ray. Put it as part of the package. And there you go there. Last but not least, Ultimate Cut Watchman. As you can tell, I added the motion comic into this. Put the information regarding the motion comic all together so it looks like a cohesive piece. So all things Watchmen is all contained within this case here. I mean, I know there's more elaborate packaging, but as far as disc-based content, it's all here. So that is my 4K collection, all 120 some odd, one of them. Let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions, like I said, this is my first time out. I appreciate any comments whatsoever. They say like and subscribe. I guess it'll come to that. Like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll make another one of these real soon. Have a good day.